And the NBC Orchestra inviting you to join Johnny and his guest, Jerry Seinfeld, Carl Reiner, and music by B.B. King. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Folks, I tell you what, that's very nice. Look, folks, take it easy. You'll start another Timler. Are anybody from out of state tonight? You probably read that earlier today, the state of California has officially been declared a ride. Oh. In case there is an earthquake tonight, you have to follow protocol. Stars, announcers, and crew first, out the door. Well, I'm here on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. You see, now that the show's ending, everybody wants to be on it, including me. But, folks, on May 22nd, I'm going to go quietly. I'm time-sharing a team of wild horses with Police Chief Darrell Gates. Hey. Hey, well, we're leaving, but I think General Electric, that's the company with a heart that now owns this, I think it was a little pushy of General Electric. Yesterday, they put up a Century 21 sign on my office. Says, for sale or lease, do not disturb occupant. What kind of... Pushy. This is a cruel business we're in. As soon as I announced I was leaving, Telly Savalas canceled my Players Club card. Anyway, I hope you're all calm because we have had some earthquakes out here, especially up in Northern California, down in Desert Hot Springs, I guess, last week. People are getting a little bit spooky out here. And according to seismologists, did you know that insects are one of the first to know when an earthquake is coming? Insects. And there must be, I tell you this, must be another one on the way. I was at the NBC commissary today. All of the cockroaches were huddled under the doorway of a Roach motel. And that's the last NBC commissary joke. Sure, we'll get those out of the way. Well, let's go to politics. That's where the real humor is. Have you been following Jesse Jackson's statement? It wasn't a threat, but he was almost demanding to be Bill Clinton's vice presidential running mate. And if Jesse were president, that would make him, I guess, second in line of succession right after Hillary. There is rumors, and I can't say there is rumors. There are rumors, right?
Yes.
Plural with it. Plural.
You started it.
Of course, I'm in it. There are rumors that Hillary, his wife, and Bill Clinton might run together for president and vice president. And I understand if that happens, they already have a snappy slogan. Billy and Hilly, the handsomest couple since Milli Vanilli. But Bill Clinton has already said he's not planning to have a sidekick, so he asked Jesse to be his band leader instead. Did you read that? Poor Clinton. The only way he can get away from Jesse Jackson is to go to his country club, I guess. Why not? I can take shots in either direction today. H. Ross Perot. He's dropping the H. Did you know that? He just wants to be called Ross Perot, is now on the ballot in 45 states. And they say he has $100 million to spend to get elected. Now, finally, we got a president who can outspend Congress. But at least his checks are good. I thought Ross Perot was a great businessman. Why would you spend $100 million to get a job that pays $200 grand a year? You know how he could solve the national debt if he got elected? Put it on his Visa card. Bush, I understand, George Bush is kind of sorry that Perot is running against him because Perot is rich enough to qualify as one of Bush's friends. What here? What kind of trouble can I get into? Now, there's a little controversy about a dinner held in Washington, D.C. tonight called the President's Dinner. Have you read about that? It's a fundraising dinner, and they're asking people to go out and sell tickets to buy tables for the President's dinner. And you get special little deals for how many tickets you buy. For example, if you sell $15,000 in tickets for this dinner tonight, you get to sit with a congressman at your table. True. For $30,000, you get a senator who will sit at your table. And big corporations are buying these tables. For $92,000, you get your picture taken with the president. I'm not making this up. It's all legal. And for $20,000, you can get your picture taken with a House bank member. Actually, two of them. One like this and one like this. $92,000, $50,000 for the senator. Poor Jerry Brown, he's down at Denny's with the Corlick sisters. Having a $2.79 stack of wheats. That's his. There's a little strange item in the paper today. The estate of, well, I guess the estate of Tarzan, the author who was Edgar Rice Burroughs. Did you know Tarzan of California was named after Tarzan? Sure. That's true. Anyway, the estate. I threw it in as historical footnote. It's called Comedy with History. Anyway, the estate of Edgar Rice Burroughs is suing Vogue magazine. They said for tarnishing Tarzan's image. Tarzan's image? Man who runs around with a little loincloth having a menage a trois with a woman and a chimp? No, that's humor. That's a joke. I don't want the state coming down here saying I've tarnished him further. But Tarzan is angry. He held a news conference today with his son, Boy, and his attorney, Lawyer. Okay, tonight, funny young man's got his own show. I think Jerry was on the Tonight Show first time about 14 years ago. Got a hit show. Jerry Seinfeld is with us tonight. A dear friend, one of the fine performers, actors, and directors in our business, Mr. Carl Reiner is here tonight. And blues time tonight with B.B. King. Here's where you are. We'll be Okay, we are back. Thank you. Now, thank you, Bill. Yeah. Carl Reiner is here tonight, Jerry Seinfeld and B.B. King. We have a lot of kind of mixed emotions around the Tonight Show because we're on to our last 16 shows. And I hope the press is not overplaying this. We're getting so much in the press, I hope nobody gets tired of it before we get out of here. But 11 years ago, Walter Cronkite, and here's what we're going to do every night, I guess Tuesday through Friday for the last 4 weeks of the show. We're going to pick out a piece of material, maybe your favorite, maybe not, but it's our favorite.
But they get to watch it anyway.
So we can watch it anyway. And we're going to show you a little segment or a clip of something we enjoyed doing over the years. 11 years ago, do you believe Walter Cronkite was in the same predicament that I am? You know, he's going to retire, try to figure out how he's going to do his last show. Walter's a very classy, reserved man, and he would never get on the air with a list of complaints, right? I was not restricted to that fine code. So this is from 1981, and here's the way I thought Walter Cronkite should finish his last broadcast. Watch the monitor.
The Evening News with Walter Cronkite.
Good evening, this is Walter Cronkite. For the past 19 years, I've been sitting at this desk reporting all of the major news stories in the world. Tonight is my final broadcast, and I would like to add one personal note. For God's sakes, knock off that tickety, tickety, tickety sound. 19 years of tickety, tickety. And another thing, they don't even give you your own office. I have to sit here in the middle of the studio with these idiots in the background. Why don't you get off the phone and beat it? Get out of here. And what the hell is a broad doing in the newsroom? This ain't the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Why don't you go home and bake some brownies? Now, all of these 19 years, I've done everything the way they told me. Be fair, Walter. Be fatherly, Walter. Be objective. Don't let them know how you feel, Walter. Well, tonight's my final broadcast, and I'm going to do whatever the hell I feel like it. The Reagan administration announced its economic package to Congress this past week. Tough. Personally, I think the country is going down the dumper anyway. But after tonight, I'll be out on my boat with a pitcher of martinis, and when you're half in the bag, the world problems don't seem very important. Now, my bosses here at the network said, Walter, speak in a deep, ponderous, measured tone. I've been doing that for 12,000 newscasts, and just once I'd like to do it like this.
Mount St. Helens erupted again. Blew the top clean off. But that's all, folks.
And by the way, I've been doing this broadcast every night at dinner time, and they never let me eat. Well, tonight, I really don't care. People say I'm the most trustworthy man in America. People have faith in what I say. Okay, trust this. Kids, wet your finger like so. Now go jam that little sucker in the wall socket. Just trust your Uncle Walter, it won't hurt a bit. And another thing, here at the network, there's no freedom. It's do this, do that. Wear a tie, Walter. Comb your hair a certain way, Walter. Well, this is my last night. I'll do it the way I want. Never did care for a damn tie anyway. Walter, they said, don't change the hairstyle. How about this? Walter, you're a perfect 10. Barbara Walters isn't the only one with cleavage. Well, it's about time to clean out my desk. They wonder what the hell happened to that 18 minutes of tape from Watergate. Few phone numbers here. Jane Pauley. Oh, this is it. My last broadcast. You wanted this anchor chair so badly, fella? Pretty boy? Well, you got it. And that's the way I was March 6, 1981. This is Walter Cronkite saying...
Salute to Walter.
Thank you. You know, it does not seem possible that was 11 years ago.
Yeah.
But it was. Right with the news all these 11 years. We'll be back with Jerry Seinfeld, Carl Reiner, and B.B. King in a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, before Jerry comes out, I'd like to give you an idea. Before Jerry comes out, give you an idea of some of the people we have coming up this week. Bill Cosby's going to be with us, Michael Keaton, Gary Shandling, Robert Klein, Harry Connick Jr., Bob Saget, Terry Garr, Etta James, and Mary Chapin Carpenter. A lot of people. Now, here, as I mentioned before, is the star of his own situation comedy on NBC, simply called Seinfeld. Jerry was here when he first started 14 years ago, and he went on to do good. Would you welcome Jerry Seinfeld?
Thank you very much. It's great to be back here again. I just flew in from another city, and I was sitting at the gate, and you get on the plane, you know, you sit there, and you're waiting for the thing to pull back, and it's not pulling back. And I'm thinking, what causes these delays when you're just right there at the gate? So I was wondering, is it possible that the plane has keys? Do they need keys to start the plane? And is it possible then that the pilot is up there going, oh, I don't believe that. Oh, my God. Did you? I left him on my counter in my apartment. Can you believe it? And you see the technicians running around underneath the plane. You think they're working on it. They're looking for one of those magnet hide keys under the wing. Is there anything there? Maybe one of those phony rocks we can unscrew the top. Hardest part of traveling is, of course, picking out what clothes you want to wear. Picking out clothes is, I think, a huge pain in the neck through life in general. I think we should all pretty much just decide on one outfit for everyone. Because this seems to me like what will eventually happen anyway. Anytime you see a movie or a TV show where there's people from the future or another planet, they're all wearing the same outfit. Eventually, someone just went, all right, from now on, everyone, it's just going to be the one-piece silver suit with the V-stripe and the boots. That's it. Those clothes are tough to deal with, tough to clean. And I had a jacket I took to the dry cleaner the other day. It got wet and got ruined, leather jacket. Now, why does water ruin leather? I mean, aren't cows outdoors a lot of the time? When it rains and the cows go up to the farmhouse, let us in, we're all wearing leather. Open the door, this is Suede. I am Suede. Well, we don't know what animals are thinking, but I wonder about it. I was at the track. I went to the horse racing the other day. Do the horses even know that they're racing? What do they think is happening? Do you think when the race ends, they're walking back to the stable? I was third, I was fifth, I was ninth. I'm sure they know that the guy on their back or whoever wants them to get to the end as soon as possible, but they must get there and go, we were just here. If this is where you wanted to be, why don't we just stay here? That was the longest possible way to get here that you could have taken. I'll tell you the one thing the horses definitely do not know when they're racing. They do not know that if you should accidentally trip, turn your ankle, perhaps break your leg, they blow your brains out. They're not aware of that. If they were, you would see some mighty careful stepping on that roundhouse turn. Easy, take it easy. No, you go first. You win, I'll place. No competition. The important thing is your health. Health is a very important thing. I went to the doctor myself recently, got a checkup. I hate the doctor. Hate that little waiting room. I mean, they call it the waiting room. There's no chance of not waiting. They're calling it the waiting room. You sit there with your magazine, you know. You pretend you're reading it, but you're really looking at the other people. I wonder what he's got. Then they call you, and you feel very excited. You've been called, you've been chosen, you know, and you look back at your other little waiting room buddies and go, well, I guess I'll be seeing you all later. I've been selected. You know, you think you're going to see the doctor, but you're not. Now you're going into the next littler waiting room. Now you don't even have your magazine. You're looking for colon cancer brochures. You know, you got your pants around your ankles there. But if they're doing anything medical to you, it's best that it's done in the smallest room. You don't want to be in one of those big rooms. You ever see on TV these operating theaters? It's like bowl seating, you know. I mean, you don't want them doing anything to you that makes other doctors go, are you kidding? Can we get in to see this? Are they really going to do that to him? Are there seats? Can I get some tickets? I've got to see this. I can't believe they would actually do that. I've got to see it. It's more fun to try and take care of yourself, go to the drugstore, try and figure out what to get, you know. It's always very confusing to me, the different medications. They all have flavors now. Minty, lemony, cherry. I mean, do we have to enjoy everything? Who's going to have a dessert? You know what? I'll have the Riopan Plus. And everything is strength. You notice everything is... Nobody wants strength. They want extra strength. Whatever the other people are getting, I would like to get a little bit more. I want extra, just a little bit extra. Some people are not satisfied with extra. They want maximum. Give me the maximum strength. The maximum allowable human dosage. Figure out what will kill me, and then back it off a little bit. Thank you very much.
We'll be right back. Stay where you are. Maximum Ultra. We're back with Jerry Seinfeld. It's good to see you. Good to see you do a stand-up. Although I know you do a small stand-up in your show, and then it goes into ensemble playing, which is it's a good show.
Thank you.
Really
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well,
but you still enjoy this, don't you?
Oh, this, I was just saying to my friend Jimmy Brogan backstage, who's also been on the show, there is nothing that compares. For a comedian, I don't know if people realize what this show means to a stand-up comedian, because a lot of people come on, and they have something.
Right.
You know, well, they're in a movie or they're in a TV show, but a comedian comes on and he goes, I got this 5 minutes. That's all I've got, you know? And so it's a different kind of pressure that you feel. It's a different kind of excitement to get on the Tonight Show for a comedian. There's nothing else that compares it. And I did this show the first time. I was 26 years old. I had never been on TV before. I had never been in front of an audience as big as the studio audience, right, let alone the millions at home. And there's nothing that you can really say to thank you for all the times that you've had me back here and enabled me to...
I hope in television there's always something like the Tonight Show, because it does give people, whether they're comedians or young singers, whatever the talent, a forum.
It gives you a reason to struggle.
There are not many shows left, live shows where you can come out and get an audience.
My friend Mark Schiff and I because we used to talk about it for years. He said, well, what if we get on the Tonight Show? How are we going to get on the Tonight Show? And what will that be like? The pressure of years of work for 5 minutes, a 5-minute chance. And we said, what if you walk out and you just can't do it? You know, you just get out to the mark and go, it's too much pressure. I'm going. I'll see.
I think I'll go into accounting or something else.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that feeling the first time. I can still remember the first time. In fact, the first national television show I did was from this very NBC in Burbank about 1955, and came out in this very studio and almost blanked out.
Yeah.
Looked up, you know, and Ed Wynn was on the show, and Buster Keaton was on the show.
Wow.
And I was almost tongue-tied, you know, and managed to get through it. So here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite a thrill. It's still...
How has it changed your life outside of, you know, you're recognized now and...
Well, you know, I've got a little more money now.
Yeah,
than I had when I was first here. I actually, in fact, recently bought the Ginsu knife.
You finally?
Yes. I did. I wish that I was saying that just to set up as a joke, but I actually bought the Ginsu knife. I was watching TV late at night. How long has this commercial been on? It's got to be 20 years, right?
Something like that.
Got to be 20 years. I'm sitting there, and it's late, you know, you're getting drowsy, and he's cutting through the shoe with the thing, you know, and
a can.
cutting through the can. I'm going, you know, that looks pretty good. Cut through the shoe, cut through the can. I need that knife, you know. So I call up the lady, you know, and they dial the number there. I said, I'd like to order the Ginsu knife. And the lady on the other end of the phone, she says, really? I said, yes. And so they sent me the knife. Apparently the Ginsu people themselves can't believe anyone would even, they got 3 left, and they just keep running the thing, trying to get rid of the last 3 of them. And I got the thing, and it's great, but you start thinking, if you need a knife that can cut through a shoe, maybe you're not buying the highest grade of meat currently available, you know?
You gotta move into prime.
Yeah, maybe to pass on the hoof cut once in a while, you know, get something a little better.
Did you ever, have you seen the Flowbee advertised at all?
The the vacuum cleaner that cuts your hair.
Yeah. Almost got me one day. Almost got me.
Because you're getting to
putting
that
a vacuum
stage.
cleaner and he's cutting his wife's hair. My wife loves this. This woman is sitting there with this terror-stricken look on her face. And he's sucking her hair up into some kind of hedge clippers with a vacuum cleaner.
It's so strange. The first time you see one of these 30-minute commercials, the very first time you see, you don't know it's 30 minutes long. You think, well, here's some dumb commercial. This will be over in a second. And then 28 minutes later, you go, have I lost my mind here? Are they still drying the fruit in that stupid little box?
Okay. We'll take a break. We're coming right back. Stay there. The Flowbee. Yeah. And this lady is sitting there. Okay, my next guest you all know. Here is the most talented comic actor, fine director, and a dear friend. Would you welcome Mr. Carl Reiner? If you don't have your breath, I must explain, I think the last dozen times you've appeared on the show, you opened with this dance.
Yes, you know, it's
become
become my thing. He talked about coming out and dying with material.
Right.
I can actually die. And as a matter of fact, I have done 48 of these shows. I have a tape at home with all of them on. And I have 1 to 50. I figured you'd be on a couple more years. I do 2 a year, and I want to have 50.
You only have 48.
48. So if you'll introduce me and say, here he is, his new picture, No Pillow for Margaret.
No Pillow for Margaret?
All right, and I'll come.
Okay.
And I'll cut it in. It'll look like the 49th show.
All righty.
Okay.
And here is the star of the new picture, No Horns, No Balloons, Mr. Carl Reiner. It'll look like a different show.
No Pillow for Margaret.
All right, that's 49.
49. 50 is one I may actually do next year called Triple Indemnity.
Triple Indemnity, all right. And here, a gentleman who... And here a gentleman starring in his latest film, A Petal Fell on Benny Morass, Mr. Carl Reiner. Well, there you have your...
50 shows.
Now you can cut that into your tape, and you've been on 50
times.
50
I feel
entrances.
so good about it.
You're a trooper.
Thank you. And you're very nice to let me do this.
Well, come on. We've known each other for a long time, and I'm delighted you're here, as I am the Jerry.
I knew you when your name was Joan Carson.
Get out of here.
No.
Hey, nobody's perfect. You got your breath now?
Yes.
You got your breath. You know of Jerry before, of course.
Jerry, I introduced Jerry on his first cable special, and I said at the time, this is one of the most talented men I've ever seen.
Hey.
I didn't mean it. No, I mean, that's what you say.
In the standard
You're
intro?
a friend. I liked him. Who knew he was going to be this good? You never let me down. No,
So-
that's one of my... That's my favorite show. My favorite show.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Oh, it's wonderful. Those four people.
What's the very first television show you ever did? Of course, the show of shows, but you did shows before that.
The very first one,
Very first.
1948.
Well, that's the one I
It
started.
was Maggie McNellis's Crystal Room.
You know how many television sets were in existence in 1948?
About 48.
There weren't many. Not many.
And I was told you have to be visual. And I said, well, this is good. I remember seeing Frank Sinatra when I came out of the Army, and he was doing a radio show. Radio, they don't see what you're doing. He's singing, whatever he's singing, and he has a frog in his throat. Right. He's going, I love you for sentimental reasons.
That's radio.
Yeah, with that, I decided to do on this first show. A singer was a great hit on radio, but he couldn't make it in television because he had little performance problems.
You remember?
Sure. Faraway Places in any key.
Just piano?
Yeah, piano's fine.
Faraway places. Right?
Those faraway places with strange sounding names. Far away over the sea. Those faraway places I've been reading about.
Just little.
That's it.
Little things you wouldn't pick up.
Never made it on television.
That's funny idea.
Remember your first.
Oh, how about first radio now? You were in radio before.
Radio, NYA Radio Workshop was a WPA project. And my very first thing, I was a kid from the Bronx.
Was this comedy stuff then?
No, serious. I was an actor who had
an actor.
a Bronx accent, which I hid beautifully. And my first performance was, they told me to put my head in the piano because they wanted a reverb. So this was, I'll do it. I'll make believe there's a piano here, and I'll put my head in. If you give me a little reverb, this is my very first thing I ever said on radio. You got me?
Right.
My voice, as ageless as the sun and moon and stars, echoes endlessly through the corridors of centuries.
Wow.
What's that?
That's chilling. Chilling.
Why I remember that, I don't know.
How would that sound with a Bronx accent?
My voice is ageless as the moon, the sun, and stars, echoes endlessly through the corridors of centuries. Good. You gave me a good straight. Yeah.
Radio was wonderful, wasn't it?
It was.
For the youngsters who didn't really get to hear the old radio comedy shows and the dramas, the Lux Radio Theater and all those, it was marvelous because the imagination took over and you'd sit home and you were actually part of that scene.
I remember.
And a lot of things that they tried to transfer from radio to television were not as successful. Like Jack Benny's Closet or Fibber McGee's Closet
yes.
was wonderful on radio. On television, they would try to recreate it. Never quite worked because now your mind...
How many people out there know what Fibber McGee's Closet was? Yeah. It was a closet he opened every week and thousands of pounds of
or
material.
Jack Benny's vault when he went to his vault. Tried to do it on television, never was the same. Why'd they bring that up? Because we're getting nostalgic, aren't we? We're getting nostalgic.
We're waxing.
Do you wax sentimental?
I do. As a matter of fact, you know, this is absolutely true. I was reaching for my glasses, which I said, this is the last time I'm going to be... No, I'll pull yourself together, Reiner. I said, I'm going to buy a new jacket. And I bought this jacket just to do the show. And I said to the guy, I got to have it tomorrow because I'm doing the cars.
It looks very nice.
No, and I realized that I didn't open the pockets. So I'll just keep working.
You mean the pockets are still stitched?
Yeah, the pockets are still fixed. So you don't mind because
they do that in men's suits. I don't know why.
I don't understand.
Until they sell them. I guess so. I guess when guys are trying them on in the store, they can't put their hands in the pockets, right?
Yeah, and it makes a nice.
You want to do a little tailoring work?
Yeah, no, we keep working. I'll just.
Well, the tailor is fixing to close. We'll take a break and be right back here. Stay where you are.
I'll have this done by the time.
We need it Thursday. You'll have it. Okay, before. Take a shot of our drummer in the band tonight. He's got his laundry hanging back there. Look, can you see? Can you see the shirt? The shirt is hanging up there.
Hey, is Chris... Is
To the right. Isn't there a shirt hanging up there?
Yeah.
Is Peter Chrisleeb here today?
What? I better... Taking in laundry. I better get BB on. We'll come back.
Okay.
Here's a great musician. They call him the father of the blues. He's got his own club in Memphis called B.B. King's Blues Club. Here he is, B.B. King.
My baby gives me love just as good as love can be. I just leave her crying when the blues come over me. Blues come over me. The blues come over me. The clock strikes midnight when the blues come over me. I pack it up and go. The blues come over me. I'm catching wind and blow. Come over me. I pack it up and go. Say the blues come over me. I pack it up and go. Some will take the wine. Some will take the night. Everything is all wrong, and anything is all right. Blues come over me. Hey, I pack it up and go. Hey, the blues come over me. Catch a wind and blow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Just this morning, I took a big, long look around. I've lived it up and loved it up and done it in this town. Life goes on. Time for me to be moving on. Goodbye, baby. I want to thank you for the ride. We did a dance and took a chance, and nothing we ain't tried. C'est la vie. Time for you and me to be moving on. I'm moving on. See you somewhere down the line. I'm moving on. Feeling good and looking fine. I'm moving on. You're yours and I'm mine. I'll see you in my dreams. I'm moving on. Thanks for all the memories. I'm moving on. You can call me Mr. Breeze. I'm I'm moving on. Life is full of mysteries. Life is never what it seems. Might go to Vegas, keep on playing till I win. Or take it out to Hollywood, fall in love again. Night and day, come what may, I'm moving on. Hey, moving on. Moving on. Life is full of mysteries. Life is never what it seems. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Moving on. Moving on. I'll see you in my dreams. Moving on.
Back. Stay where you are.
At 5, America's favorite family prepares to say goodbye.
It's a little sad.
The curtain comes down after 8 successful, memorable years. What was it like to shoot the last show? David Sheehan takes you behind the scenes for the final Cosby Show, Thursday at 5, only on the Channel 40 News.
Her soul thrilled with complete knowledge. This was the glistening, forbidden apple. Obsession for Men, Calvin Klein. Now your gift with any $27 Obsession for Men purchase at the Broadway.
Now, Carl, you were saying that you're going to have a club at Carl's Jr.
Right.
A club? Carl, yes. Now you're talking. I mean, we could have like a secret handshake and a special hat.
Happy.
Satin jackets.
Happy is a turkey club.
A turkey club? Who's going to join a turkey club?
It's a turkey club sandwich that has sliced turkey, bacon, tomato, Swiss cheese, and a French roll. I'm telling you, it's got everything.
Go for the food, right, Carl?
Turkey. In a way, it makes perfect sense.
A computerized control center, 12 city blocks of automated track, and a 10-story robotic arm. It's all part of the most sophisticated grocery distribution system in the world. And that's why Ralph's is able to go beyond low prices and be the best stocked store in the business with a guarantee that says if we're ever out of any advertised item, we'll give you a Ralph's dollar good on anything in our store. Ralph's, everything you need, every time you shop.
My problem is I'm the boy next door. You know, mothers love me, but their daughters don't. I gotta change my shtick. Buy a motorcycle. Play pool, go to the racetrack. Yo, what it is.
The all-new Hollywood Park. $6 for parking, admission, and program. Can you beat it?
Wish we had more time tonight. This has been great. Everybody was hot tonight. It's great to see you again, and congratulations. Is it a new club in Memphis?
New club, B.B. King Blues Club is called, and it's on Beale Street.
Hey, thanks for coming. It's always great to have you here. And Carl,
yes.
Thanks for being here. Really.
May I say one thing before I leave?
What?
I know you're going off, but
right.
if you would think about this, once every 6 months, You've got to find a place to come on and talk about all the things that bug you. So much craziness, and we got no commentator. We must hear, your opening monologue, we must hear what bugs you at least twice a year someplace.
I'll come back. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Jerry. Thanks for being here. Tomorrow night, Bill Cosby, Bob Saget, Harry Connick Jr. Good night.
It was the show you planned your Thursdays around. Now, after 8 years of magical moments, it's time to come back to the biggest one of all.
My baby's graduating from college.
As a mother and father say goodbye to their children, join us one last time to say farewell to an American tradition. The final Cosby Show, NBC Thursday.